I had a great aha yesterday. So here's the aha for those of you who are in productivity coaching. I've asked, or I'm asking, I haven't asked yet, but I will, your productivity coaches to encourage you to be on this call. So if you know somebody who's in, I'm going to hit mute just because of the background noise. And when you guys want to chat, jump in here and talk. I've asked your productivity coaches, I'm going to ask your productivity coaches to get you on this call. So if you know somebody who's in productivity coaching and they're not on this call, you might want to reach out to them and let them know they're going to get invited to be on this call. The next step is I'm going to ask them to help me take this call to the next level, because the one thing that we're missing is accountability. Good job, Victoria. You got the answer right, by the way, on that text message this morning. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be on the call with us, and then they're going to talk to you, all of you who are in productivity coaching, and implement one thing from each morning's call, and they're going to hold you accountable to that activity. And we're going to see the results from that. So let's get started. I'm on page 38, Natural Ability and Achievement Ceilings. My Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. Guys, read this over and over and over again. Highlight it, write on it. This thing should be in shreds, okay? This is my copy that I've had for the last 6 years, and my goal is to beat it up, to read it, highlight it, write in it so many times that it looks like it's been dragged behind my car for a couple miles. Okay, getting started, page 38. In my experience, people tend to predict success based largely on a person's natural ability. True. This can truly be problematic no matter where you see yourself in this spectrum. Lots of natural ability can lead to overconfidence. Oh boy, do we see a lot of that? Oh my gosh. I talk to close to 100 real estate agents a day between this call and making calls to real estate agents. And I could tell you that 80% of them fall into this category, not including you guys. 80% of the ones that are not on this call fall into this category. Overconfidence. Because of natural ability. Likewise, lack of natural ability contributes to low confidence, so much so that many never even attempt tasks that appear to be outside the realm of their natural abilities. The truth about ability is that it is neither set nor predetermined. Natural ability can take us only so far. So for those of you who have a high ceiling of achievement, congratulations, good for you. And that's only going to get you so far. And some of you are experiencing that right now. No matter how gifted we may be, each of us will eventually hit our own ceiling of achievement. What I've discovered is that starting with models, you can push your ceilings higher and eventually break through them. But even great models will have limitations. So eventually you'll hit a new ceiling. This is when I encourage creativity. This is when I encourage you to start adapting the model. Don't abandon it, adapt it. All right, so I want someone who has had a listing go under contract in the last 30 days, which is a whole bunch of you, by the way. I want one person. I'm going to have a coaching conversation with you, so don't take yourself off mute unless you're ready to be coached. Somebody who has had a listing go under contract in the last 30 days to take themselves off mute, and let's have a conversation.
Hey, John, Dave Costello.
Dave, good man. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, by the way. And again, you're doing an incredible job. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
So you've had listings go under contract in the last 30 days, Dave. And by the way, if you're anywhere near the camera, I'd love to see you. I see this incredible picture of the beach, but no you. There you are. Okay.
I have dual monitor scenario, so it's kind of weird.
No worries. Dave, what could you do to leverage that listing to go get more listings? Give me one thing.
Well, door knock the neighborhood. Let people know.
Let's stop there. door knock the neighborhood. Now, what could you do to plus activity?
It just broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, yeah, my screen broke up too. So Dave, you're gonna door knock the neighborhood. What could you do in addition to knocking on the door to plus the activity?
You could send out cards,
Okay, you could send out cards. Give me 1 second, guys.
postcards.
Sorry guys, we have too many computers on in the house right now. That's why my signal's in and out, but we're fixing that.
No worries.
You can send out cards. Cool. Guys taking notes because this is a good conversation. In addition to sending out cards, and those would be just sold postcards, right? In addition to sending out postcards, when you're knocking on the door, what could you do? Could you leave a door hanger on the door advertising the property that you just sold?
Certainly.
Okay, so there's 3 things you could do. Now, what would be the next thing?
Let me think about this. I would say social media posting.
Okay, so you could do a social media post. In addition to doing a social media post, let's plus that. What if you had the seller, the owner of the property, post for you and tag you in the post?
Nice. I like it.
Okay. What if you videoed a Zoom video interview with the seller in reference to what the experience was working with Dave Costella?
Very nice.
Could you send that video out to potential sellers and say, hey, before we meet tomorrow at 4 o'clock, just going to send you some video testimonials so you can see what others who have worked with me in the past have to say?
Yes, by all means.
Yeah. If you implemented everything we just talked about, by the way, we haven't talked about, there was one more thing. Could you circle prospect and call everybody 3 or 4 days after you knocked on the door and put a door hanger on their door? After you sent out a just sold postcard, after you did a social media post, after they did a social media post and tagged you in the post, after you did a video interview with them to get a testimonial, you put that on Facebook as well. Now, could you call everybody in the neighborhood and say, hey, this is Dave with Keller Williams Realty, just calling to let you know, great news, we sold one of your neighbor's homes, which is outstanding. Our challenge now is there are still buyers who are interested in great homes like yours. And just out of curiosity, who do you know that might be interested in selling? Could you do that?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Now there's 200 homes in the neighborhood. Are you going to get additional opportunity?
Certainly. Yeah. You can't.
Go ahead.
You can't help but get opportunity by doing that.
Oh my gosh. 100%. Every single time. Now, are you doing it?
Yeah. One thing I haven't really done, I haven't done the video testimonial. I've done some social media postings. I've done door knocking. And I've gotten a couple more leads for future, not like right now. But so there's still a few great nuggets in there of things I could do.
Yeah.
I haven't done the postcards. I haven't done the postcards either.
Phone calls, making those calls.
No, I don't have a dialer. Like I've been kicking it around of buying that technology. So that's kind of a next step for me. Get a headset and a dialer.
Does your finger work?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. I've been calling some people in the neighborhood, but I don't have all their phone numbers, right? I'm just kind of like surreptitiously getting them through various devices.
Could you get
and I posted on our neighborhood network too.
Remember I said I was going to coach you, okay? Could you get their phone numbers?
Yeah, just get a Reddit account, I guess, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Okay, Cole Realty Resources. Is there another source? Maybe Cole Realty, maybe another source. Can you find a way to get all those phone numbers? The answer to that is yes. Right? Now, if we were to grade everything we could do in order to leverage that listing sold in order to get more listings on a scale of 1 to 10. Take everything that we just talked about. And 1, you're not doing anything. And 10, you're doing 100% of everything that we talked about. What grade would you give yourself?
Probably like a 64.
Okay, there you go. So if we got that to a 10, and you're getting 1 listing under contract every single month, you're selling 1 listing every month. And I know you're doing more than that, by the way. If you're getting 1 listing sold every month and you took that 64 to a 10, how many additional properties could you sell?
Easily 3 to 4, I'd say. Yeah.
3 to 4 per month, or 3 to 4 in the year?
Oh, just on that 1 listing?
No, for the entire year. If you did this with every property
every
you sold,
listing?
yes. How many additional homes could you sell?
Probably 25.
So this is a $250,000 conversation.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Only if you implement it. Otherwise, it was just entertaining, and I don't think it was that entertaining.
Right. No, I get it. Thank you.
So what's the cost of not doing it?
250 grand.
If I came to your house today and I put $250,000 on the kitchen table, what would you do with that?
He would be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm just thinking some of it would go into retirement. Some of it would, I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah, and this is just 1 year. So let's just say this happened every year for the next 10 years. If I'm good at math, that's $2,500,000.
Yeah, I'd buy a bunch of rental properties.
Yeah.
More.
What would you do? And what would that do for you?
And hit my passive income goals.
And what would that do for you?
Get me closer to retirement.
You want to do you want to retire?
Not right now, no, but I do want to retire one day.
One day, what's that look like?
That would be, a bunch of passive income coming in, doing some traveling.
Oh, where would you go? No, wait, let's stop and talk about that. Where would you go?
I want to go to Sicily, my homeland, right? I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
I've been to other parts of, Rome and Italy, but not Sicily.
Wow.
I want to see the pyramids in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Have a secondary home in Tennessee. My wife likes Tennessee a lot, so we'd probably have a nice place out there.
Oh yeah, look for a log cabin on Norris Lake. It's beautiful. Absolutely.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Dave, I'm 57. If I tell you how old I am, is it okay if I ask you how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 61.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would have guessed you were younger than me. Okay. You're doing really well, by the way. So when do you want to retire? I mean, if we just picked an age right now, is it 65? Is it 70?
It's probably 70. 70 would be completely done. Maybe even 68. Who knows?
Cool. So let's fast forward. You're 70 years old and you don't do any of these things we just talked about. And you don't have the additional $2 million. And you don't, by the way, when you go on vacation, who would you take with you?
My kids. My wife.
Yeah. Okay. So you're 70 years old and you don't have this additional income and you don't get to go on all these incredible trips with your children and with your wife. You don't get to buy the vacation home in Tennessee for you and your family. Matter of fact, you're still working because you can't afford to retire. How does that feel?
No, that wouldn't feel good at all.
Yeah. And who decides what this looks like when you're 70 years old?
I do.
You?
Yep.
It's not my decision?
Nope.
It's not the president's fault.
No.
It's not
No.
it's not the economy's fault.
No, you got to have, personal accountability no
Who's
matter
one?
what.
Who's 100% responsible for your future?
Me, unequivocally.
Cool. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Really good job.
No, it was good to kind of, I always struggle with the big why at times. So it's good to go down the big why highway again and really kind of walk through that and understand what drives me every day, or why some days I don't feel driven, right? So, it works both ways.
So can I give you two things I want you to do?
Sure.
Three things. I want you to create a written plan based on what we just did.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, I want you to create a visual of why this is important to you. Something that you look at every day. Matter of fact, I want it to be right there in front of you where you're making your calls. I'm pointing at the wall behind my computer, although you guys can't tell that. I want you to look at that visual why you're making your calls. Because when the drunk monkey is saying, stop, you're not going to get any appointments, I want you to say, shut up, drunk monkey, I'm working to get to that goal.
Got it.
And then the third thing I want you to do is I want you to find somebody to hold you accountable to this plan. And what I mean by hold you accountable, I mean to the detail, every single step. Remember, if you're baking a cake and you only put in 95% of the ingredients, the cake's gonna suck. It takes 100% of the ingredients. This doesn't work if you only do 95% of what I'm talking about. It takes 100%. So who's gonna hold you accountable to the 100%? And holy cow, watch your world blow up. Now, Dave, was that helpful?
Certainly, definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, everybody else, take yourself off mute, talk to me. By the way, if you're in MAPS coaching, tell me what model I used. You're being quiet. Why are you being quiet? There should be something to talk about right now.
So John, Nate,
Yes.
So a couple of things came out at me. First, when you were talking before coaching Dave on that, when you were talking about natural ability, I have been one of those people that have relied on my natural ability in all types of ways. And it just hit me that natural ability has actually been my biggest limiting belief.
There you go.
Rebelling against being coached or pushed has been my biggest issue through everything. It also made me, I had an analogy for that. I used to be a teacher, and one time I taught gifted students, and there was this whole issue about the gifted underachiever. And when I hear gifted underachiever, A, I relate to it, and B, it made me go back to our natural abilities are our biggest limiting beliefs. So thank you for that. That was a huge aha. And the other thing that I realize is making those calls around sold listings, circle prospecting, needs to become so systematized that it's not even a thought process. So thank you for that. That's part of my system, whether it's my listing or someone else's in the office.
Yeah, thank you. It doesn't have to be your listing. Holy cow, it doesn't even have to be a Keller Williams listing. A home sold in your neighborhood. The reason I'm calling. And everything that I did with Dave was purposeful. It was not entrepreneurial. I took him from what we do naturally, which is entrepreneurial, I'm talking E2P right now, to purposeful in order to break through a ceiling. By the way, the model that I used is future positive versus future negative. I painted a picture for David that took him to future positive, and then I took it all away and took him to future negative. Because here's what I know. He's going to be more motivated by avoiding future negative than he is by going towards future positive, because we're more motivated by avoiding pain than we are by going towards pleasure. And I want that future negative to be so painful that he'll do whatever it takes not to end up there.
So it's a 10-year goal and broken down to yearly, broken down to monthly, broken down to weekly, broken down per day.
Thank you, Eddie. Yes. The way that I walk from Boca to Key West and back is by starting by taking a first step. That's it. And then the next one. And then the next one. And in 3 weeks, I'll be finished.
And on his wall, he has to have his log cabin. He has to have his Sicily photos, all the things he wants.
Thank you. Yes. And it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hoping that I have this incredible retirement. I'm choosing to have this incredible retirement. I'm not hoping that I can provide this incredible experience for my family. I'm choosing to provide this incredible experience for my family, or I'm choosing not to. Now go tell your kids, guys, I had these incredible plans to take you on these incredible trips to see the world, but I decided it was too hard, so we're not going to do it. That's not directed at you, Dave. That's not, because I know that's not you. That's directed at the person who gives up on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what'd you hear? What are you going to do different? It's 8:57. We've got 3 minutes, and it's time to get on the phone, smile, dial, and make it happen.
Create a plan and stick to the plan. Work the plan.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Get rid of the limiting beliefs.
Get rid of the limiting beliefs. Thank you.
Create up to me.
Tamika, say it again.
It's up to me to create my world. It's not up to the economy, the president. It's me, me, me.
Yes, yes, yes.
To be, it's up to me.
And it's definitely not COVID.
Oh, yeah. Forget COVID. Yeah. You don't want to know what your challenges are, guys. Just go look in the mirror. They're all right there.
Boom.
We are 100% responsible for our future.
Uh-huh. Which is great news. Just think if it really was the president's fault. What are you going to do about that? Seriously.
And it would be impossible.
Just think if it was really up to the economy. What are you going to do about that? What if it's your neighbor's fault? What are you going to do about your neighbor? Seriously?
Would have next to your vision board, just paste a mirror next to it.
There you go.
Look at your vision board, you look at yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And above your vision board, I want you to write opportunity. And above the mirror, I want you to write all of my challenges.
Yeah.
Keep smiling.
There you go. Hey, it's a good thing. If I'm responsible for not hitting my goals, if I'm responsible for where I am today and I don't like where I am, that's a good thing because I could do something about me.
Mm-hmm.
If it's somebody else's fault, got so excited I knocked my headset off. All right, it's 8:59. Guys, I hope you got a lot of value today. And Nadine's cat has joined the Zoom call again. What's that cat's name? I see him every morning. I got to start calling her.
Lucy. Her name is Lucy.
Oh, I love Lucy. I'll never forget
exactly.
that now. Yes. Yes, for all of you that are younger than 40 are like, what the heck is he talking about? Yeah, whatever, YouTube it. All right, get on the phone, smile dial, and make 20 contacts. Not 19, not 18, 20. Schedule at least one face-to-face appointment. Add at least one person to your database today. Send out 5 handwritten personal notes today. Knock on at least 5 doors today. Follow up forever. Reject rejection. No is not a word that lives in your vocabulary. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
John.
Thank you.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
John.
Go get them, Dave. You got this.